It's time for Battle of the Bags. Dun dun. Just kidding. Well, but not really. We are going to compare a Keepall 25 to a Speedy 25. Difference in prices, difference in materials, sizes, what really fits, and how I like both of them. So make sure you listen to all the details and you tune in every Tuesday because I like to put out new releases every week. And if you're new here, my name is Lexi. If not, welcome back. Great to see you. I love to dock designer luxury goods, helping you make a more informed purchase and dive into these things so that you can, feel a little bit better spending that hard-earned money. Get a little bit of a good idea before you make what could be a big choice. Here we have two classic Louis Vuitton bags for their shape. The Keepall is the standard in the men's, originally started as the larger luggage, but they have the cute little 25 mini, and then the Louis Vuitton Speedy 25. Again, another classic in the women's collection. Both you can find in all sorts of different materials, limited colors, prints, everything you could think of. And I wanted to give you this comparison because these are actually pretty much the same price. So let me walk you through each and compare so that you can learn in case you're on the fence between either one, because they are very similar in that they are a luggage style shape. However, they are very different in many ways. So the Keepall 25 is $3,750 when I purchased it a couple months ago. This is canvas. However, it's a limited print. So I have reviewed this before. I'll link it above and I'll link it below because this, I think there was 5 or less released in Canada for this limited edition color in the men's. So this is canvas, extremely limited edition. So it will be a premium to the other canvas materials, but not necessarily as expensive as a leather in a Keepall 25. This is what is more of a standard right now at Louis Vuitton. This is the Turtle Dove, Louis Vuitton in leather. This is also $3,750 Canadian. So both are the same price right now. You can't buy this right now, but I'm saying for all intents and purposes, the same price. And so this is a different material. Leather is more expensive. However, it is going to be a bit fussier. This, though, is a much tougher leather than, like, say, a lambskin. So the feel is very similar with them. The leather is going to feel softer. The canvas is going to be a bit more durable. But when you're touching them both, the canvas, this one is, I think, meant to be. It does feel slightly different, but really it's going to be very similar, especially the details on this are cowhide leather as well, all the trim. And then it comes with a cowhide leather tag. So I had mine embossed with my initials at the Louis Vuitton store, which I love. And this one, though it doesn't have a luggage tag, it comes with the standard lock that Speedies come with. So each has its own accessory. This has gold hardware. This one has, I would say, like a gunmetal silver. Again, this is part of the men's collection, so things are going to be a little bit more, literally larger. You look at the D-rings and the zipper, this is a much larger item. It's going to be chunkier and heavier. The women's is much more soft and dainty. You can see the difference in the size of the D-ring and the size of the zipper pull. Both have that same kind of detailing where it's got Louis Vuitton on the punch metal, like almost nail pieces for the leather. It's got the Louis Vuitton monogram on the zipper. This one literally says Louis Vuitton because it's much bigger. This one also, because it was limited edition, came with this cute accessory on it. So the keychain came with it, which is kind of like a rope pull with these heavy metal headphones. The interior on this Keepall is a textile lining. With the canvas, it's generally textile. It comes with a limited edition print. I've got a bag shaper in there as well to keep things organized and have it hold its shape. But there is a large pocket on the inside. However, it is all textile. I also have the bag liner because it is a very light gray, almost white textile interior. So that's going to be something like cloth. And contrasting that, when you're looking at the Speedy, it is a microfiber lining. So it is a matching turtle dove microfiber lining. They also have a large pocket. However, this also has a zippered pocket on the inside. Again, I have a bag shaper in there, to help keep the support of the bag, but again, to help with that liner because you have pens, you have lip gloss, you never know what's going to happen. So that's got a nice little zipper. Both have large compartments. So this one has the one open pouch, not zippered. This one has one open pouch and one zippered pouch on the other side. This, you can see, I probably should have said earlier, this is embossed detailing, this oversized monogram, as it's called. This is imprinted into the leather. The canvas, this will be printed on the canvas, which, makes sense because it's all sorts of colors. God, I love this bag. It's the coolest freaking bag I've ever seen. I love this bag. Anyways, sorry for the distraction. So if you're looking at sizing, this one is technically larger. However, the length of them is the exact same according to Louis Vuitton. To me, the Speedy is wider. However, Louis Vuitton says they're both 9.8 inches. But you can see that if I hold this one up in front and align them, there's a bit of that turtle dove peeking out. So this one does feel wider. I should say this one I bought new, this one I bought secondhand, but it's still available at the store. You can see that the Speedy is much wider. So one is 5.9, the other is 7.5. And it is also higher. So the Keepall 25 is not as big for height. The Speedy is taller at 5.9 compared to 4.3 inches. And you can really see the difference in the sizing. This is a nice everyday purse. You can fit quite a bit in here, including the small iPad. Sometimes I throw my iPad, my Kindle in there. There's lots to fit. The handles are also much larger, right? You can use this, you can throw it over the wrist. Like, you can carry this multiple ways from the straps because it's that much bigger. These, you could maybe ram your wrist through. I'm not going to because I don't want to scratch the cowhide, but really you're handling this. Like, you are top handling. It's not going over the crook of your arm. You're not sliding it down the arm. Maybe if you're very petite, but kind of going averages here, it's not really going to work out. But both come with a strap. Both have a removable strap. We're looking at the Keepall. Again, a much bulkier men's style. It's a belt buckle style. You can even see how much bigger the clasps are. You can see the Louis Vuitton detailing. This is, again, supposed to have that kind of more worn gunmetal cool factor to it, which, I can't get enough of this bag. But it's got the extra strap, the belt loops, and this moves, and you can adjust here, and as well, the extra width on the shoulder pad, which is really nice. When you're looking at how Louis Vuitton models this online, often the men are wearing them crossbody. This is a much larger strap in the sense that it is much longer. It has a lot more adjustments. There are 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Really? 11? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How the hell did I count that the first time? Anyways, there are 9 notches in it, and that can drastically change the drop length. So right now I've kind of got it on the middle, which works for me. I'm about 5'5", average size, and that's a nice crossbody length, especially keeping it a little close. It's got more of that kind of hugging look to it, especially that it's smaller. So you can see the substantial strap. And if we're going to look at the Turtle Dove Speedy, it is a much daintier strap. So it is much less wide. Again, it's got the belt buckle adjustment. It only has 1, 2, 3, 5 adjustments. So you're looking at almost double the amount of adjustments you can do. And it is a shorter strap. The difference is I'm on pretty much the shortest right now with the Speedy, and they're almost the same length. Look at me. I'm a consistent person. Holy shit. The Keepall, though, would have had a couple more adjustments, so it can be made longer than the Speedy. However, this Speedy is so much bigger that unless I really need to kind of throw on the strap, I don't really like to use a crossbody. In fact, my first bag I ever got was a very vintage Speedy. It's it's behind me, but it's a micro or mini monogram, but it's cloth. And back in the day, I think it's from 1992, because I have the original receipt. They didn't come with straps. There was no D rings to make a strap come on. So I'm used to kind of holding a Speedy top handle. And to me, that's really the way you want to be wearing it. This one, the Keepall, is a bit sportier looking and it's smaller. So I would crossbody this one. This, unless, I'm carrying 50 things, including my daughter, I prefer to carry top handle. Often I won't even bring the crossbody strap, especially because it's so much smaller, right? So you can fit way more in the Speedy, which is great. But, if you're going crossbody, then you're not going to be using this strap all the time, which again is also cowhide leather. The accessories, the Speedy is all cowhide leather, but with the Keepall, your accessories are still cowhide, right? The straps, the handles, the details, all cowhide leather. So the straps are made from the same materials, and this one is substantially smaller. So I'm going to show you guys the difference. So you can see the difference in the clasps and the rings here connecting them, much smaller, and the width. Like that's a big difference when you're looking at carrying something all day. And yes, generally when you're looking at women's things, it's a bit daintier, especially because women are on general smaller than men, right? So you might have to accommodate more Keepalls for, a couple 100 pound, 6'5" guy than you would Speedies, right? It's just the way the averages work out in genders. So I can see why they're tipping it one way or another. But those are some important differences to note. So I think the key question is here, which one would I pick, knowing these differences? This to me is more the running around. I need a bunch of stuff with me. If I was going away for a weekend, we were going to Banff for the weekend and I wanted, to put my hat and my mitts and have a little bit more with me, I would take the Speedy. It's also got that professional, that class. It's really nice to use for work. Beautiful bag. I'm a huge Speedy fan. However, this Keepall is my favorite bag. It's just so cool. It's so me. It's everything I've wanted. So putting that bias for the limited edition style aside, I love the Keepall as well. I would really like to add one in my collection. I would love to get a leather in a bright color because Louis Vuitton men's is always so amazing. They've always got the coolest new editions coming out, and I would love to add another one to my collection one day. I do really love the difference in accessories. This one's got the nice lock. This one has the it's got these ones because it's limited edition, but it's also got the name tag. Both really nice accessories. Both are very different. So I would say, depending on what you want, this one's going to hold a lot less, hold a lot more every day, a little bit more classic. This one's a bit fun, a bit more punchy, weekend, you know. They're different bags. I would say get them both. One day, if you can add both to your collection, please do. Beautiful bags. My favorite type of shape is this style. So thank you for joining me. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave in the comments below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe and tune in every Tuesday because I love to put out new videos. I'm also going to link a couple things below if you have more questions about the Keepall and the Speedy. But thank you so much for joining me. I can't wait to see you again. Thanks.